Hi all, and welcome to another video from Miss Robbie's classroom. I'm your teacher advisor, Miss Robbie, a public school teacher from the Philippines. Due to the shift from face-to-face to blended learning, I decided to come up with video lesson guides to help supplement my students' self-learning home tasks. So if you're new to my channel and you like what you're seeing, please give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment, share, subscribe, and click that bell button to be notified of new videos in this channel. Today, we will have another video on our series, the self-learning modules for English 7 for Quarter 4. For this clip, you will need your English 7 Module 5, some pieces of bond paper for your outputs, and a pen. Pay attention when you hear the bell sound. That means you may need to pause the video in order to do the task given. Then resume the video till you're done. And remember, start each day with a positive thought and a grateful heart. This lesson is based on the most essential learning competencies, discover the conflicts presented in literary selections, and the need to resolve those conflicts in non-violent ways. So our goals at the end of this clip is that you'll be able to identify the types of conflict, formulate resolution to conflicts presented in a literary selection, and display decisiveness in formulating non-violent solutions to conflicts. And so with that, let's talk about discovering the conflicts presented in literary selections and the need to resolve those conflicts in non-violent ways. Before we go on, let's see what you know about the topic. Go to page 2 of your module. Read a given text and identify the type of conflict presented. Choose your answer inside the box. You may use some of the options more than once. Like in number 1. After breaking his brother's favorite mug, Dino struggles to decide whether he should tell his brother the truth and face the consequences, or whether he should attempt to hide his mistakes. The correct answer is letter C, person versus self. Are you ready to answer the rest? Let's go! It's checking time. Let's see how well you did. Go to page 10 of your module. Pause this video while you check your work. How did you do? You got a perfect score? Awesome! Not perfect? That's alright. Let's do better next time. Let's have more activities that have something to do with our lesson today. Go to page 3 of your module. Read these key points to be reviewed on the different types of conflict. In literature, a conflict is a literary device characterized by a struggle between two opposing forces. A conflict provides crucial tension in any story and is used to drive the narrative forward. It's often used to reveal deeper meaning in a narrative while highlighting characters' motivations, values, and weaknesses. The protagonist is the main character who supports a cause or resolves the conflict, while the antagonist poses or creates conflict. Let's study the different types of conflict. The first type of conflict is the person versus person. In this type of conflict, the central character clashes with another person or group of people. Like in the movie Avengers Endgame, Captain America fought against Thanos, who was planning to take the Infinity Stones. Another type of conflict is person versus self. When a story has person versus self conflict, the main character battles himself or herself. He or she may lack confidence or ability to make a difficult choice or to address a personal problem. The key here is that the battle occurs within the character, though it may involve and affect other characters in the story. In the film The Perks of a Wallflower, the main character, Charlie, was going through emotional trauma and sense of abandonment. The next type is the person versus society. With this type of conflict, the main character challenges a law, tradition, or forces that represent an institution. Like in the film Dead Poet Society, a teacher goes against convention in teaching his students. The next type is the person versus nature. When a story has a person versus nature conflict, the main character fights to endure or overcome forces of nature. He or she may struggle to survive harsh elements, navigate through a disaster, or meet his or her basic needs. Stories with this type of conflict may occur in the wilderness often, but they can occur in urban settings too. Like in the film Twister, the characters are facing one of the natural disasters of the world, a tornado. Next type is the person versus the supernatural. In stories with this type of conflict, the main character resists forces that are not of this world. He or she may battle monsters or strange creatures, challenge beings with magical powers, or encounter hostile aliens. The key to this conflict is that the forces that are not of this world threaten the main character. In the film Alien, Ellen Ripley had to fight against the alien xenomorph to survive. The last type is person versus technology. In a story with this type of conflict, the main character resists technological forces. He or she may battle rogue robots or hostile computers, or just struggle to accept or use the technology of a changing world. In the film I, Robot, Detective Spooner had to investigate the murder made by a robot. Now you know all about the types of conflict. Are you ready for a challenge? Go to page 4 of your module. Read the situations and identify the antagonist and type of conflict presented. Like for example, an elderly man struggles to learn how to use his new phone. The antagonist in this scenario is the new phone, and the type of conflict is person versus technology. Are you ready to answer the rest? Let's go! It's checking time. Let's see how well you did. Go to page 10 of your module. Pause this video while you check your work. How did you do? You got a perfect score? Awesome! Not perfect? That's alright. Let's do better next time. So do you have an idea what we will be talking about today? As I mentioned before, conflict is a literary device characterized by a struggle between two opposing forces. Conflict provides the crucial tension in a story and is used to drive the narrative forward. It's often used to reveal deeper meaning in a narrative while highlighting characters' motivations, values, and weaknesses. Conflict is a part of life and is inevitable. People differ in ideas or viewpoints, and this may result in conflict. In a larger context, looking at what is happening around the world today, most of the conflicts occur because of the clash of interest or opposing positions on issues. Handling and resolving conflict in a non-violent way is important. Using non-violent communication, empathizing, dialoguing, listening, managing anger, negotiating, meditating, forgiving, and doing reconciliation are some non-violent techniques in conflict resolution. Go to page 5 to 7 of your module. Read the story and discover the conflicts and determine how they are resolved. Are you ready? Let's go! Let's apply what you just learned. Go to page 7 of your module. Answer the questions in complete sentence. Who are the characters in the story? Cite one conflict from the story. How was it resolved? If you were Kaponso, how would you react if you read the letter? Did Julio make his son happy? Why do you say so? What did you realize after reading the story? Are you ready to answer the questions? Let's go! Independent assessment. Refer to the story, The Happiest Boy in the World. Note the significant events, especially the conflicts, and how they resolved in a non-violent way. Use the table in your module. Are you ready? Let's go! Now it's reflection time. Go to page 8 of your module. Answer the questions that follow. Number 1. What are the types of conflict? Number 2. How are conflicts resolved in a non-violent way? Number 3. Why is it important to resolve conflicts in a non-violent way? It's assessment time. Carefully read each scenario and give a resolution to the conflict. Are you ready? Let's go! Congratulations! Now you know the different types of conflicts and how to resolve conflicts in a non-violent way. To make sure that you apply this lesson, I want you to do the remaining activities on this module. Go to page 8 of your module. Write at least 3 problems that you've observed in your family or community. Then write the possible non-violent solutions to these problems. Write your answers in your module. Are you ready? Let's go! Submit your work for checking to your teacher. Now you're all set for Lesson 6. Until next time, this is your teacher advisor, Ms. Robbie. Happy studying, guys!